Let us begin with this stotra. Please repeat after me. Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Meghaparnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogibhi Dhyanagamyam Vande Vishnu Bhavabhayaharam Sarvalokaika Natham. The great master here, the creator, the sustainer, and also dissolver is named as Vishnu. The Vishnu, the word means who is everywhere. Vistareti Vishnoho. Vistara, everywhere. Now this Vishnu, as because he is everywhere, he is not supposed to have any form. How can it be? But still, as because we cannot have any idea of God, which is all pervading, we have given a thought the form. And this is a beautiful description of that form, Vishnu. And as we are studying the Bhagavata, this is dedicated to the Vishnu. So mostly we listen about that. A part of the Bhagavata that we are studying now is the Avadhuta Gita. Dattatreya Avadhuta. The Dattatreya, he was in the Maharashtra area of India, and he was a very special type of person. He never took initiation from anyone, but very intelligent. So he studied the nature. And the last time, in our last discourse, we concluded that Dattatreya, he was expressing his great joy of realization in this way. Veda na, loka na, sura na yagyom, varnasramo naiva, kulam na jatihi. Then he mentioned na dhuma margo, nacha dipti margo, brahmaika rupam paramartha tatyam. This Veda, there is no Veda for me. And the Christians, they follow Bible. They always say the Bible is our guide. Muslim, the Quran. Buddhists, Tripitaka. Hindus, Veda. And this is a teacher of Hindu, but he says, for me, no Veda. I don't care for the Veda. This is very peculiar. And he said also that there is no caste, no stage of life, no family, no birth for me. Very peculiar. And when we listen to this, we say, what actually he is talking about? He says that I don't have any caste. You know, Hindus, they're divided on the basis of the work. They have divided the four, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. I don't belong to any stages. Hindus, they have divided the social life in 4 stages. First is Brahmacharya, student, Garastha is a householder, Vanaprastha, a retired person, then Sannyasa, completely free from the worldly attachment. He says, I don't belong to any of it. Then he says, I don't have any family. Family means me and mine. This is mine, this is my thing. No, I don't believe like that. So no family. and no birth. He is talking, and he's talking to the people, but says, I don't have any birth. And then finally he says, there is neither the path of smoke nor the path of light. We will, with the last time someone asked, please explain these. After the death, where do we go? And who goes? Because my body is over here. Who goes? This is a very interesting way the Bhagavata is explaining, and also some of the Puranas and Upanishads also. Rig Veda also mentioned these two words again and again. That is, it says the path of smoke and the path of light. Bhagavad Gita, that also mention about this. We will touch about this particular aspect. After death, who goes? My body is here. So what actually leaving me? You know, the Hindus, they say there is a consciousness within us. And because of the consciousness, everything we can do. We are thinking, we are blinking, we are performing anything and everything that we can do because of that particular consciousness. Sometimes people, the term is as life. It is the life that is there. This is the consciousness. Without the consciousness, nothing can act. Those who have attended yesterday's talk, the Sarvapriya was explaining, that without the consciousness, nothing is there. Our eyes, it cannot see without the consciousness. And none of our senses will work without the consciousness. And when someone is dead, his body is there, eyes, nose, hands, everything is there, but they are not functional. It's not working at all. Why? What has left that particular body? So body is not important. So the Hindus, they went on analyzing what is happening, what is this, and they found that consciousness, which is the main source, over that 5 covers are there, one after another. The first cover is this body, and they termed it as Annamaya Kosha. Kosha means set. It covered Annamaya. What is that Annamaya? Because without food and water, this body cannot survive. So they termed this Anna. Anna means food. So Annamaya Kosha. Then inside there is an energy. They term that as Pranamaya Kosha. The prana, the breathing I am taking and I am surviving. Sometimes yawning and all this. Then people, when they feel sleepy and the less oxygen, they will be yawning again and again. So this is the main problem. And this is also proof that energy is there. When energy is less, this type of yawning is coming. So the pranamaya. Mano, the mind, we all know. My mind is sometimes happy, sometimes the unhappy. And all those things are going on, happening in the mind. So manomaya. Then we like to know. So many things. Now a great thing the scientists, they have developed, and that is the Google. Anything and everything, just to Google, go to Google and you get the knowledge immediately. Previously, we used to have so many dictionaries and go and search over there, it is not there. No, just send it to Google. Anything. And all these Sanskrit terminologies, it is somebody has recorded there, and thanks to him. This is called the Vijnanamaya Kosha, knowledge. And after all these, ultimately the human being wants ananda, joy, happiness. Yesterday we went over there in Chicago to see that the exercise that they were doing, air and water, very unique. And everybody was shouting when the two flights is coming down or almost colliding each other. then they are going. And it is so fast, what they did, they gave the smoke, one is red and one is blue, so we could understand who has crossed what. And like this, like that. So the all excitement. What is that excitement? Joy, Anand. Otherwise people will never go. Suppose the original, the real air fight is going on, who will go to see? Air fight will go? No. Everybody will be on that bunker. If any bunker is there, all they will go over there. So we go, we do anything and everything only for the joy. So that is called Anandamaya Kosha. But the Ananda also cannot be if the self is not there. So what happens after the death? Now it says only body, this gross body, this our Annamaya Kosha, that lives. But Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya. So they have two, they have clubbed. Pranamaya and Manomaya called subtle body. This is gross body and this is subtle body. Inside this body very subtle, but that is Prana and Mana, these two. And causal body, Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya. So there are three bodies, gross body, then subtle body and causal body. The gross body, only this body, and then it comes the subtle body, Prana and Mana and Vijnana, Ananda. These four, they leave the body. Oh, it has become old and something has happened. Let us go. So they will go. Where they will go? Now the question comes. So they say that those, it is all how they are directed because of the karma. The direction it gets from the work, the karma. And this karma is very subtle. Sometimes some people apparently will come and ask, hey, how are you? I find that you are here in the taking rest. Is it okay for you? That means they want to know whether you have lost your job or not. They are not interested to know about you. They are only interested to know the job or not. The moment there is, you say that I have lost the job, you will never look at you. Immediately phone, because so many people are there to inform. So, do you think they are really happy? No. The terrible mentality, sadist mentality. Somebody is suffering and I enjoy. Is it not work? I didn't go and slapped or did any physical thing. I didn't harm with the harsh words also, very polite, gentle inquiries. But at the back of those, what is there? To insult and to get the joy of the suffering of that person. So this is called karma. But we are not aware of those karma. We always think that, oh, I am not hurting anyone, I am not beating anyone, I am not cheating anyone, like this, like that. We think, but what about your thoughts? And when you are again spreading that thought among the many people, nowadays it's so easy. You just put on, what is they call, WhatsApp or something, immediately so many will be there. And by that way, you are creating problem, the karma. And there is someone who is very intelligent. I do not know where he sits, where is the office. But each and every being, whatever they are doing, everything is recorded, whether you believe it or not, accept it or not, it is there, it is recorded. That karma is the guiding force. Those who are worshipper of the Saguna Brahman, all-pervading consciousness. We cannot understand that. So we bring it down and make it according to our way. So different type of pictures will be there, symbols will be there, images will be there. By that only, it is easy for us. So God is everywhere, but still we go to the church, we go to the mosque, we go to the synagogue, we go to temple, because we feel God is here. Why? In some place, some symbol, some photo, some image, so we go and we do that. So that is called Saguna Brahma. Saguna means with qualities. With qualities, God is gracious. God can give the blessings. If God is angry, then He can give the curses also. So one must be careful. All these gunas, qualities, we worship that, and after the death, these people, they travel to the Devayana, the Devayana Marg. Deva means divine. So they travel to that. It says Shukla Marg or Dipti Marg, the path of God or the bright path. So when they die, what happens? Uttarayan, the bright half of the year, the bright of Uttarayan, usually die in the bright half. So it's called Uttarayan and Dakshinayan. Uttarayan of the year, and go to the Brahmaloka. As a Brahmaloka, and stay there till the end of the Brahma, and by that way they are there. So apparently those who are worshipping the God with form, and they are doing all good work, not harming anyone mentally, physically, intellectually, they are always doing good for others. So that's why the gurus, the Hindu gurus, we were taught in this way. Before you start the meditation, you must pray for the all beings everywhere. Let there be good to each and every one. We are just praying, but psychologically, mentally, through thoughts, you are getting purified. Why? Because you are thinking about others. And what is seen? Selfishness. What is purity? Not thinking about yourself, but thinking the betterment of others. That is purity. So purity and sin, when I am every day thinking for the others' betterment, praying for them, not that I can go and give them food or this or that, but I can pray for them. And before my prayer, I say, God, can you please help them? Can you please help those people? And please look at me too. It's okay. And some people will never do that too. Even if I suffer, no problem. But please help those. They go through the Devayana Marg, the path that the God travels. The good people that travel, they go through that path. And that path is lighted. There are some of the examples. Some people, they say, when they died, immediately they went into the slumber and the blackness was there. They couldn't see anything. So they were there frustrated for some time. Then they traveled and they met suddenly someone in the midway, and he guided them to a place. And that is those who are doing the bad work or selfish work, thinking about themselves only, they go through Pitriyana. Now first is Devayana or Shukla Marga. Shukla means the bright. And they go to the Brahmaloka, and there they remain till the Brahma's period is over. Now, question is, how many years is the Brahma's period? Don't blame me, I have not calculated. This is what you find in the scriptures. 689 trillions, 164 billion, and 80 million human years. This meant for such a long, long, long time they will be there. So they say they are mukta, they are liberated, but in reality they are not. They will have to come back, though after such a long period. There's a Sridhar Swami, who is a very excellent exponent of this Vedic literature. He mentioned this is also a temporary thing. This is also temporary, though it is so trillion, million and billion. So even then they will have to come back. And the second people, Pitriyana, they call Krishna Marga, the dark path. Dhuma Marga is full with smoke. They travel through that. Why? Who are these people? Mostly the people like us. So we do good things and we are also thinking mostly 80-90% for us, for ourselves. So whatever we do, first me, and then if something is extra, okay, I will think about my relatives. A very rich person. I told, do you like to give some donation? Oh no, Swami, I have to calculate. Say that the money for my own people, my son, daughter, then for my relatives, then for my villagers, and if something still there, then I will contact you. I will still, no problem, I will wait for you. So this way, constantly they are thinking that I should do. Why they do something for the villagers? Because they will remember me after my death. They will put a plaque over there, so and so constructed this school. So like this and that, all selfish ideas. So these people, they're good people, but at the same time, they go for Pitriyana Marg. Where this Pitri, the mains, they will go and meet their father, those who have passed away before, they will meet them, they will go over there, and nothing bad. Some people, they like it, so they will go over there. But not for long. Again and again they will take birth. Maybe after 1 year or 2 years, maybe after a few days, they will come back. Why? Desire. So many desires, unsatisfied desires, that will bring them down. What actually we are doing? Everything that we do because of our desires. Ichcha. Because of the desire, we are running here, there and everywhere. You have come over here to attend this Sunday discourse, desire to listen to some of the holy talks or the Indian way, how they discuss, how they say. Desire. And if you don't have the desire, you will never come. And sometimes, myself and my friend, first time we went to an ashrama, he was a communist, and he said, you are going to a holy place? Oh no, I will never go. A holy place is always holy, good place. So we decided that we will go to the ashrama for some time, and then I will go along with him, and he was interested to go and see a factory. I said, factory? What is there in the factory producing this and that? But this is that. See, he was my friend, very close, we used to discuss so many things, but his basic desire was to avoid this desire, Ichcha. So he was avoiding any good discussion, any good book reading, and all these things. By the grace of God, I was having very strong desire to go to the temple, to listen to the monks, pray over there. Desire. But by the grace of God, is a good desire. So it goes in this way, Pitriyana and Krishna Marga. They come back again and again. There is a third path, Hina Jana. And our scripture never mentioned about it. Hina means this is a disgusting way they are traveling. And due to very, very bad karma, those who are killing the people unnecessarily, or for the money, or for name and fame, these people after their death, they go to the lower regions of the animals, birds, reptiles, and that is called very, very, very low species. They go and take birth. And from there they start. Now, whose karma phala will be recorded? There's a beautiful stories are there. Those dogs, birds, animals, and they are not having any karma that is accumulating. Whatever the karma, the action they did, for that they took that birth and they are burning their past karmas. That's all. Again they will get the chance to become a human being. And among the human beings also those who are intellectuals, those who are educated, those who have the capacity to understand and to judge, their work is very, very important. Suppose an ordinary villager, uneducated, he does a mistake. His result, and the king who is supposed to be intelligent, who is supposed to be knowing everything, does the same mistake, punishment will be much more to the king than the others. That's why in the Rig Veda we find again and again they are asking, requesting the kings, be careful, be careful. So this is the way it goes. Now we have become, and this is a really, really very, very spacious, very, very spatial, this life. So we must utilize it. So this is the way it goes. And the fourth one is just like the Avadhuta. He says, Vedana, Lokana, Surana, Yajna, Varnasrama, Naiva, Kulam, na Jati, na Dhuma Marga, na Dipti Marga. Why? Because I am the Brahman. I am Brahman. I am consciousness. And for me, there is nothing. So that is exactly. So sometimes some people, they are going, they're traveling. Now the king is also traveling. For king, everything is available. For the ordinary people, you have to go in the line, you have to get the ticket, then only you can travel, all those things are there. But the king, nothing. So these people, the Avadhutas, they are the spiritual kings. They can do anything, they can have anything. For them, no other rules or any other karma phalas. But the realization, he says, the Avadhuta is free from doership. This is where we are stuck. I am doing. And after doing, I wait whether people are appreciating it or not. So after the song, if people are not clapping, the singer will say, what happened? Why they are not clapping? He'll be whole day, you'll be asking, have you heard my song? So this is the appreciation. And what is this appreciation? Doership. I am doing. I am doing. I am thinking. I have done. This doership is the bondage. And if you don't have the doership, you are free. This much only. The doership and not that. I must do whatever the responsibility will be given to me perfectly, as best as possible, the best of my capacity. But after that, I should say, I have not done anything. God gave me the intellect. God gave me the energy. God gave me all this opportunity, and I have done that. This much. The moment you do that, you become Avadhuta, completely free. So this, he said that, Atita, Anagatam karma, Vartamanam tathaivacha. This is Avadhuta. Very bold statements. Na karomi na bhunjami, iti me nischala mati. As yesterday morning we were listening, the Shankaracharya, the 5 times he is telling, this is my firm conviction. Avadhuta, much before the Shankara, he said, this is my nischala mati, firm conviction. What is this firm conviction? Neither I perform nor I enjoy the past, present, future actions. Does it mean that he is not working? He is. He is working, but there is no doership. I don't have the past action and also the future action. Present action, no question. I am not doing anything. So this is called the ultimate way to get the liberation. The Vedantic way, liberation means completely getting free from the bondage of birth and death. But those who enjoy the life, this is not for them. This is not for them. And those who have understood this life is a misery, in the beginning it is so sweet, And then slowly, slowly it becomes so bitter. The relationship and this and that, so many things goes on happening, and ultimately we are exhausted. And we become accustomed, when somebody is suffering, and slowly it becomes accustomed. It's okay, we are like that. We have become accustomed to this type of pain, taking birth again and suffering again. And they say, because of the karma. So we can understand, because of the action, all this problem. And it was misunderstood again. For many, many years, thousands of years. Oh, because of the action we are bound and we are suffering because of the karma. So don't do the karma. And in Hindi they say, na rahega baas, na bajega basuri. Basuri means the flute. If there is no bamboo, there is no flute. And if there is no flute, nobody is going to play. So, na rahega baas, na bajega basuri. Wrong thing. You cannot quietly sit and say, I am not doing anything. Your thoughts, how about that? Your thoughts are also there. So, obviously, we cannot control. So, what is the secret? What is the way out? Do the work with great intention. Only you say, I am not doing. Whatever the knowledge and capacity God has given to me, I am doing that. That's all. And nothing else. So this is the way one should understand. And is Avadhuta, in a very beautiful way, very unique way, he is mentioning, Bindati bindati nahi nahi mantram, chanda lakshanam nahi nahi tantram, samarasa magno bhavita putaha plavapita metat parama avadhuta. So Avadhuta way, this is a really, but it is chanda. And you people, how can one learn the spiritual knowledge? It says, through the chanting usually we do. So bindati bindati nahi nahi mantram. Very nicely we chant the mantras. I never do that. What is mantra? Whose mantra? I am not going to do that. Chanda lakshanam nahi nahi tantram. Tantra means the action. You have seen that today morning, some of the devotees who are here, that in the morning we chanted from the Bhagavad Gita and also from other, and then our brahmachari, he sat and did the puja. Puja is tantra. Tantra means the action. So he is doing that through action. The same thing he will be doing and offering flower, and some system developed. So that is called tantra. Mantra and tantra, I don't do anything. Why? Because I am liberated. Samarasa. Samarasa means there are three, the qualities are there. What are the three qualities? Satya, Raja and Tama. So this is called rasa. This is also the rasa. When it is equilibrium, there is no activity. And naturally, I am always in that equilibrium. Sattva, Raja and Tama. These three types of, one is very calm and composed, that is Sattva. The active, Raja, and completely opposite to the Sattva, Tama. I am not having anything. So I am all in the same way. So this is his way. But how he learned? This is the question. You have to learn, otherwise how can you practice? Each and every one, and sometime he must have learned. How Avadhuta learned the spiritual knowledge? Friends, we know in the Bhagavad Gita, we find two ways to learn spiritual knowledge. In the Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 34th verse, it says, Tat viddhi pranipatena. You must learn. Viddhi. Viddhi means knowing. Tat, that. What is that? Spiritual knowledge. Pranipatena. Pariprasnena sevaya. Three ways you can learn. First is pranipata, humble behavior. If the humble behavior is not there, you cannot learn. At least spiritual knowledge is not possible. And in the modern times, The universities, they are charging so much. So the students, they go and never care for the teachers. We pay and they are getting this salary. They must come and teach. So they sit like this and then not paying any respect to the teachers. When the teachers, they come, and teachers also, oh, somehow I have to give this message and teaching and let me go. No relationship. The knowledge should develop with love. See the mother, how lovingly teaching the child. Father, how carefully handling the child. So slowly they learn. Here, in the spiritual level also, first and foremost is humbleness. They will never speak loudly before the Guru. They will never sit on the same level with the Guru. They will always sit at the feet of the Guru. And they will never say anything unless he is asked to speak. All this control. I know, but still I should not speak because the control. So this is called Tad Viddhi Pranipatena. Pranipata means humble behavior. They know, but at the same time is very humble. Then Pariprasnena, you have to ask proper question. If you can't ask the proper question, you won't learn. The proper question, this is my subject and I like to know it and I like to clarify this, is asking the question, the pariprasna. And then seva. Seva means the personal help. They should go and do something for the Guru. Sevaya. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattadarshina. Then only they will get the advices from those tatta jnani, the knower of the self. They will only talk to you. You know, there are stories there. And someone went to learn the Sanskrit grammar and also some other scripture. The teacher said, see, so many students are there. Whole day I am teaching and there is no chance for you to come and join. But only one occasion, when I am bathing, if you sit outside the bathroom, from there I can talk to you. That is the only time I am having. And he said, okay sir, that will be sufficient for me. He went with his book and all. The teacher is bathing and then he is asking the question. From there, he is giving the answer, he is noting it down. That way also they learn. One of our Swamiji, he learned Vedanta by this way. So this is the humbleness. Humble behavior should be there. Then you have to ask the proper question. And how can you ask proper question if you have not already studied that? If you don't know, how can you ask the question? And finally, service to the teacher. They do a lot of things for the teacher. They will be, in those days, the teachers used to be inside the jungle. They used to collect the faggots, the dry wood, and then also go to the cities and collect them rice and other things for the teacher. And they will be looking after the cows. They will be also developing the vegetable. Everything only to learn for this Vedanta. So this is the way. So the Gita says these three things are there by which you can learn. Another verse they say that is not so much physical, but it is intellectual and mental. Sraddhavan labhate jnanam. So psychologically you have to be prepared. What does that? Sraddhavan. This Shraddha is a word that Swami Vivekananda again and again he said. Shraddha means respect. The complete faith in the words of the Guru and also on the teachings of the Veda. This is called Shraddha. And Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. He will only learn tatpara. Tatpara means energetic. And if he is not energetic, immediately, I have heard something, immediately I should note it. Then I should ponder over it. Then I will develop any doubts are there. Next day I have to ask the question. So this way, tatpara, samyate indriya. Indriyas, In that there are 5 indriyas, always we say. There are 6 actually, but 5 are main because it goes and get the knowledge. These 5 indriyas, senses, chakshu, karna, nashika, jivha and tak. These 5, they go and collect. We have to control that. If you cannot control, you won't be able to learn. So, years together you have to control. So, there is a Katiya Baba. I think you don't know. The Katiya Baba is a very famous person in Bengal. He went to his guru in Himalaya. And guru said, I don't have space inside the cave. Guru used to live inside the cave. You stay if you like outside the cave. And it's so cold. I said, Guru, I will die if you don't help me. Now, I didn't even ask you to come over here. Since you have come, it is your problem. So by that way, somehow he stayed for 2-3 days. Then the Guru understood, no, he has intention to stay. Okay. Then he gave the faggots and light it, and you sit by the side of the fire and go on chanting the name of God, looking at the fire. But the young boy, not much food and no water, somehow in the night he was feeling asleep. And the moment Guru was inside the cave, the moment he was feeling asleep, suddenly Guru will die. Why you were sleeping? For sleeping you have come over here? Go away from here. Then again he will get up, again he will practice. It was going on. Friends, try to understand. To realize God, how much trouble the people will take. Then as because he was all the time feeling sleepy, he gave a pant of wooden. So the Guru himself made that. There is a belt, wooden belt. You cannot lie down. And also the pant was in that way, the kaupina, they say. So he couldn't do that. So he was constantly sitting on his knees and going on repeating the God, and he realized God over there. So this is called tatpara. Tatpara means activity. You have to perform. Unless you perform, then how you will achieve? You read the book and then it's over. So many people, they are coming and listening to the lectures, they are appreciating, and they are, I have learned so this many lectures and always I follow this man, that man. It's good. But how much you follow? Nothing. And if you don't follow, so what happens is a sort of another spiritual entertainment and nothing else. So I heard so a great speaker, and so wonderfully he is told, and we are all Brahman. We need not to do anything. You are Brahman, at the same time you are running for office next morning. How can you do that? If you are Brahman, if you are free, at the same time you are running to your office, it's not going together. So you have to perform something which is according to your standard. And slowly, you have to develop yourself. Then only it will be beneficial, otherwise not. Otherwise nothing. So he said, Shraddhavan lavate jnanam tatpara. Samyatendriya is the control of the senses. And what happens after the spiritual knowledge? What is that Brahma Jnana? What is that Ishwar Lava, God realization? What happens? Jnanam labdva, after having that knowledge, Param Shanti, and the supreme peace, supreme happiness, Achirena Digacchati, and he find that from this Guru, the Astika Buddhi, they say. So if you can do that, then it is possible. And here also we find in the Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, it says, Yam labdva cha aparam labham manyate na adhikam tata. Yam labdva, after having that, aparam labham, greater than anything of that, na manyate, he never thinks. After realization of the God, oh, if I could get something more, no, that thought will never come. completely full, completely satisfied, and that is the end of it. There will be no desire, even for the higher thing of that, no. If you have that desire, that means you have not realized God. So this way only we have to understand, and then I should conclude quickly. Vedantic teachers, they give us this example, the teachings this way. This is Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. We are discussing how to get the spiritual knowledge. So Gita gave us 6 ideas. 3 are physical, and 3 the mental or psychological. So by that way only we will get the realization. So this psychological way, Shraddha, Tatpara, control of the senses, this we can get. And here in the Vedantic teaching they say 3, Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. So it is the Sravana, listening. Now we are listening. What we have learned? The karma is a great thing for the life. And whatever I am doing physically or mentally, intellectually, all are getting the result. If it is good, then it's good that I will travel in the path of the Devas. And that too in the Uttarayana, when the sun is traveling to the northern side. And if I don't do that, I will go to the place of the mains, Pitri Loka. And if I do something wrong, maybe that I'll be safe from the police and they won't be able to know that I am doing this. But because of that karma phala, I will go down, may be born as a animal, birds or reptiles and something like that. So these are the 3. And then we have to learn. This is the Sravana. We have heard it, learned it. And now, then what should we do? Manana. What should we do? Because we have so many responsibilities. We have the family, we have the other things. We have to go on thinking in this way, act in this way. So how to develop that? Oh yeah, Swamiji was telling, we must do everything attentively, but without attachment, without the doership. I am doing, not like that. Apparently you must say, otherwise people, they won't understand you. You must say, apparently. So whatever is there is mine, I should not touch, like this. That's okay. But inside you must feel, God has given me the intellect. God has given me the energy to understand and to perform. And I am doing because God has asked me to do. That's all. And there will be no anger. There will be no other things. So slowly your mind will be purified. So Sravana, listening, Manana, contemplating on that, and you are developing your own course. How I will travel. Nididhyasana, transforming. What is the transformation? Complete peace and joy and happiness. So many people are having so many other things. I don't care. I am happy. This is the way. So we don't have the desire, at least I don't have, to become the President of America. So when there will be, even if I have the desire, there is no chance for me. But anyway, so if you are not having the desire to become the President of America, you don't care when there will be election and who are going to help you, how you will get the fund, and you won't feel sorry if somebody becomes the president. Nothing. Why? I don't have desire. Same way, if I don't have the desire to become this, that, I am satisfied. God, you have given me this thing, I am very satisfied. So who is enjoying? Me. This is my life. I should be happy. I should be satisfied. So this is the learning. Sravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. This is the very positive way to utilize the spiritual teachings. But Dattatreya is very unique. What he did, he learned from the nature. We know 24 gurus. And who are those gurus? He observed the activities of the different beings and things. And studying those in a very unique way, he discovered spiritual teachings. The Dattatreya way was a completely different way. He was not having the guru, he was looking at the sky. He was, look at the sky and the birds and the flowers and the bees and the reptiles and the person who is making the arrow so concentrated. But this is his job, he must finish. So he is working so hard. From there he was going on learning. So he was learning in his own way. He was getting the knowledge, he was learning. The meteorology nowadays, they also do the same thing, isn't it? The meteorology or the climatology, the climate, they're also observing. There are some people, the moment they will see that the ants are coming out in great numbers and running here and there, immediately they will understand something is going to happen in this place. Maybe an earthquake or maybe the volcanic eruption. So immediately, how? Observing the nature and understanding that it is possible. So Dattatreya did the same thing. Not something that it is not possible. It is possible. There are people, so they will be looking at the sky and the condition of the clouds, they will say it's going to rain. How it is possible? They studied that, this from the experiences. I have seen in India some people, they just from looking at from the top, you say, if you dig over here, you will find the drinking water. No machine. They will only go and very, very poor, illiterate person, they will go and they will sit over there, they will look, and maybe they are looking at the grasses and the weeds around, and from there they will say, if you are digging over here, you will get the water. How they can do that? Dattatreya learned in that way. Dattatreya observed, and then he learned, and that he developed in his own life. What is those things? If you are possessing something, all will chase you. And if you are not possessing anything, you are free. Nobody will chase you. This you are free. So that is what the Dattatreya said. And Dattatreya then, he said that whoever may be the guru, you should have great respect for him. I will conclude with this. In the second chapter of the Avadhuta Gita that we are studying, he said, one should not consider the quality of scholarship of the guru, but a true spiritual seeker should recognize on the spirituality, the essence that he says. I will tell you, this Swami Vivekananda, he was a great, great orator, divine orator. And his very close friend, they used to study in the same school when they were young. This Swami Brahmananda ji, that on the left side, second one, Swami Brahmananda. And this Swami Brahmananda ji, he was a person exactly opposite to Vivekananda. He never liked to talk. He had speeches, no question at all. But he'll be sitting like that constantly and not talking with the people. People never would understand that he may be the guru. Swami Vivekananda said, here is a person who is more higher in spirituality than all of us. He should be the president. He should become the guru. Brahmananda ji. So Dattatreya, when he says, we can understand, it doesn't mean the guru is a very good speaker, a good writer, great organizer, and then only he'll be a guru, not like that. Guru is the person who has transformed all this spiritual knowledge in his own personal life. And that is, Naibatra Kabbaguna Natu Chintaniyo Graiha Param Gunavata Kalu Sara Eva. The only Sara The essence. What is the essence? Spiritual essence. And what is the spiritual essence? Love and unselfishness. Only love and unselfishness is the essence of the whole spirituality. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, when he was there was a great speaker. Even the Queen Victoria invited him, gave him a lot of respect. And he used to speak so fiery way, this influential way. Thousands of people used to follow him. And he came to Sri Krishna. Then he bowed down before him. And Sri Krishna, little stammering, only village Bengali. And sometimes he used to say, thank you. That is the only English word he knew. So he would say, thank you. And but that great soul, and also Vivekananda, they all came at his feet. So this is when the Avadhuta mentioned, we can understand, yes, when you have to choose a guru, this must be the quality. Then only we should choose the guru. Thank you, friends. We will continue with the Avadhuta Gita in the next classes. The Avadhuta in a unique way is giving us the instructions. Let us conclude by chanting this mantra. Yam Brahma Varuna Indra Rudra Maruta Stunnanti Divyai Stabai Vedai Sangha Padakrama Upanishadai Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantanna Vidu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Om Shanti 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 Hari